Today, we celebrate not only achievement, but perseverance. Whether you are in aerospace engineering or philosophy or biochemistry, scholarly discovery begins the same way. Someone is curious enough to ask a difficult question and determined enough to pursue it, despite the inevitable challenges. That same curiosity and determination are reflected throughout Dr. Mary Cunningham Boyce's remarkable career as a scholar, teacher, mentor, and academic leader. A professor of mechanical engineering at Columbia University, Dr. Boyce is a longtime champion of interdisciplinary scholarship. Her path-breaking modeling work has been incorporated into software programs used by engineers to design a wide range of products, including automobiles, airplanes, biomedical devices, sporting goods, and protective equipment. An award-winning teacher and generous mentor, Dr. Boyce's former doctoral students and postdoctoral fellows have gone on to make great discoveries of their own, working as researchers and faculty members across the country and around the world. A gifted administrator, she has served as head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering at MIT, Dean of Columbia University's Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, and Provost at Columbia. She was the first woman to hold each of these roles. Dr. Boyce completed her bachelor's degree in engineering science and mechanics at Virginia Tech and earned her master's and doctoral degrees in mechanical engineering from MIT. In the years since her own graduate commencement ceremony, Dr. Boyce's scholarly achievements have been recognized with numerous honors, including election as a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the National Academy of Engineering. She is the recipient of numerous awards, including the 2015 Engineering Science Medal and the 2020 Timoshenko Medal, the highest honor accorded by any society worldwide in the field of applied mechanics. In 2024, she was awarded the Benjamin Franklin Medal in Mechanical Engineering for, quote, transformative contributions to our understanding of the physical behavior of polymers. Tomorrow, she will add to her list of accomplishments an honorary Doctor of Engineering from our university, the University of Notre Dame. Today, it is an honor to introduce her as our graduate school's commencement speaker. Please join me in giving a warm Notre Dame welcome to Dr. Mary Cunningham Boyce.
Thank you, Provost McGreevy, distinguished faculty, and the many families and friends of our graduates. And congratulations to the graduate class of 2026. It's an honor and a privilege to be here among all of you at your iconic commencement and the many celebrations over the weekend here at Notre Dame, the home of the Fighting Irish. This is very special to me as my grandparents all came to the U.S. from Ireland, each on their own. As courageous young adults, full of adventure, optimism, and ambition to build a new future for themselves and their families. I even have the steamer trunk of one of my grandmothers, Mary Ann Dowling, emblazoned with her initials, M.A.D. Maybe she was mad to come over here to the U.S., but it really worked out, didn't it? They certainly embodied the spirit of the Fighting Irish, and this spirit is embedded within me. I know my grandparents and my parents would be so very proud to see me here today with you. And I also know how proud your families are to be here with you today. You've each also arrived here at Notre Dame with your own background and history, one that has propelled you to expand your knowledge as you prepare for a rapidly changing future. In particular, graduate school fosters appreciation not just for your field, but so much more about the world and so many different perspectives. You've learned with students from around the country and around the world, And this is a rather marvelous and unique manifestation of an American university. You now share a common bond with one another and a set of values to bring your talents and your humanity to benefit society. This enriches you in ways that you'll appreciate even more later. We are in a moment of profound change. We see tremendous advances in artificial intelligence that hold the promise to advance so many disciplines and areas of knowledge, while also raising many new concerns. We're also observing rapid advancements in biology and medicine with the great promise of improving health and curing disease. Yet we're also confronted with our past and our ongoing impact on all of the aspects around climate and sustainability. We collectively have a shared responsibility to address these fronts, to move them forward, to shape a future that's positive for all of humanity and our planet. These are great challenges and also great opportunities for progress and for leadership that uplift all. And I say it's a profound moment because it is the pace of these changes that are so different and the scope of their impact so remarkable. These are occurring not over a generation, but they are occurring over a space of years, and sometimes not even years. It can feel overwhelming. How can an ordinary person, or even a talented Notre Dame graduate, make their mark and their impact on the future? You're a generation of achievers and planners, and you're ready for this moment. But you will need to set aside any sense of there being a well-worn path to success, whatever that success may be. Even in the face of urgency, you need to be thoughtful, to have guiding principles, and embrace change, recognize opportunity, and do so with integrity. Sharing my own mostly, almost totally unplanned journey cannot adequately advise you or prepare you for the years ahead. But I hope it can provide a sense of how to navigate the twists and turns and to inspire some optimism for your own path going forward. So let me highlight a few key moments and decisions that shaped my career and my life. And upon reflection, these were guided by my own unconscious internal compass. And I know and have no doubt you will develop your own and are already on the path to developing your own. When I look back on my own rather ordinary upbringing, I can see the points that led me on what became, for me, an extraordinary academic journey. In high school, I loved mathematics and physics, and so I was advised to study engineering in college, even though, frankly, I had no idea what was engineering. And apparently, physics was just too impractical a choice for this Irish-American girl from a large family. As a freshman at Virginia Tech, I was advised, quite literally, to pursue industrial engineering because that's what girls do. However they thought girls do that, I don't know. But I wasn't seeing physics in any of the courses, and it just wasn't a fit for me. But I was taking a required course in engineering physics called Mechanics of Deformable Bodies. What a name for a course. And I loved it. I learned from my instructor that I could actually major in this, and he said I should major in this field. And that support from one faculty member set a course for my life. It also showed me the impact that one person can have on your trajectory, and that has stuck with me over the course of my career, okay? And you can be that person for someone else someday, and perhaps already have been. Another early change that proved consequential for my life was after graduating with my BS, I started a great job in the aerospace industry. And I even met my husband there. He's in the audience today. But less than 1 year in, I realized that I wanted to be more on the cutting edge intellectually. I wanted to do research. So I left that job to go to graduate school at MIT. So this is another lesson. Follow your instincts. Take time to find your fit and pursue what you enjoy. At MIT, I found my fit and ended up staying on for my PhD, working in the area of molecular structure and nonlinear behavior of polymers. I enjoyed the research, and I had a great set of very supportive mentors. During my last semester, my first son was born, and so began the balance of a wonderful, amazing family and such a fantastic set of research that I was able to do. That balance is difficult, but it is so rewarding. And I will never forget the day when I was near completing my thesis and heading to a meeting with my advisors, and I carefully loaded my infant son in the car to head into the meeting. And I left my marked up hard copy of my thesis on the roof of the car. There I was, I drove off and realized a couple blocks later, where is that document? And it was all over the road. So needless to say, it did end up all over that road, but my son was safe and secure in the car. So I knew my priorities. After graduate school, I joined the MIT faculty, and I loved the independence of charting my own research program. It was challenging, and there were, for sure, very difficult moments. One in particular was having a key paper that I considered a major breakthrough rejected, and I was approaching tenure. Not the time to have a big paper rejected. I was the only woman faculty member at that time. But I stood my ground and I persisted for myself, but also for my talented PhD student. And I just pursued, and I was confident that my work was breakthrough. And that paper did eventually get accepted, and today it is my most cited paper. Okay. I did get tenure, and that PhD student of mine, she is the head of mechanical engineering at the University of Michigan. So you will experience rejection over your life, over your career. And indeed, papers that I've had first rejected are some of my most cited and the most consequential works of my career. And as you heard, my PhD students and postdocs, they occupy faculty positions at top universities around the world. This is another important aspect of your work. It's not just the work, but it is the people that you impact. And the impact of propelling other people forward can be so rewarding and so incredible. Then on to leading major interdisciplinary research programs, first as a faculty member and then as a department head at MIT, I became more aware of the impact that I could have in such a leadership role. Impact on people, on programs, on shaping broader research directions and decision-making, and doing so with ethics, integrity, and emotional intelligence. These are skills you find that are sort of you naturally end up needing to draw on. And I realized then how important the visibility of women in engineering was to attracting and supporting other women in engineering. If women are 50% of the population, why are we not 50% in engineering? Why are we missing out on that talent? Talent that can lead to great advancements for society. We are missing out on that talent. And as a department head, that visibility really attracted our undergraduates to mechanical engineering, and it was near 50% when I completed my term. And your own values, your questions, your curiosity can then also lead you onto a bigger field. In 2013, I joined Columbia University as Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science. It was, and it still is, in a time of expansion for engineering. There's a renaissance moment for engineering to impact so many fields. Okay? Not just our traditional partnerships with science, but how do we intersect with political science, with social sciences, even with the humanities? So our school vision, Engineering for Humanity, recognizes the impact of engineering on society, the need to attract a wider range of talent to engineering, and engage with more fields, including the ones that each of you are now an expert in upon graduation, shaping engineering and your own field in a larger context. This greater appreciation and knowledge of other fields eventually then also led to my appointment as provost at Columbia University. So taking on these opportunities for leadership, while maybe not in the initial scope many, many years ago for me, it does lead you to incredible places, and new opportunities for societal impact end up presenting themselves. So let me add one final out-of-the-box vignette. In New York City, we have one of the largest subway systems in the world, and by station count, it is the largest. The subway tunnel connecting Brooklyn to Manhattan was scheduled to be shut down for 12 to 18 months for a full renovation because of heavy damage from Superstorm Sandy. Hundreds of thousands of people commute across that tunnel every day. Okay? The number of businesses surrounding the entrances of the tunnels is enormous. So the impact on life was just incredible. Because it's called the L train, the New York media dubbed this the apocalypse. Right? The whole New York City was up in arms over this. So the governor of New York asked me to assemble a team to find another way to repair that tunnel. So I found myself, together with my fellow dean at Cornell, convening an interdisciplinary team of faculty experts across mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, and more. We toured those grimy subway tunnels at midnight, if you can believe that. That's when they could shut it down for us to go into the tunnel, to understand their structure and alternate possibilities. It was intense and it was amazing. And I'm happy to say we did find another way. And the tunnel was not shut down, and it was repaired in a much more modern way, impacting so many lives and businesses. So I thought to myself, not so bad for this ordinary girl from New Jersey who once didn't know what engineering was all about. So in closing, as you embark on your future, I encourage you to be true to yourself and your ambitions, to become leaders not just of your field and not just for yourself, but also for others, and to make a larger impact for the sake of humanity. Embrace and develop all of your talents and skills. Each come into play in different ways at different times over the course of your life. Draw on your guiding principles. Have that internal compass. You've been educated by a wonderful, mission-minded university, a university dedicated to community, to service, and to being a force for good in this world. Stay true to these principles and to your own past, to your family, to your history. These will inform you in ways that you appreciate over time. To the graduates here, the 2026 graduates of Notre Dame, never lose your curiosity, your sense of wonder and discovery. That carries you throughout. Know that extraordinary things can come from ordinary beginnings and when you least expect it. In the face of challenges, be thoughtful, be open-minded and open-hearted, and strive for excellence. Be persistent, be ethical, and above all, be optimistic, because we need you. We need your optimism, and we need you for the future. And we look forward to all that you will do going forward. So congratulations, 2026 graduates of Notre Dame. Thank you.